Welcome to the Hot Seat with Holly Heat. I am your host, Holly Heat. Super Bowl Sunday is upon us, and I can smell the overpriced seat tickets and the premium level escorts from here. How Hollywood is it that the Los Angeles Rams make it to the Super Bowl when it just so happens that Los Angeles is hosting it this year? It's almost as though it's scripted. I'm kidding. However, not everyone is necessarily into football, so it made me curious as to what other people might be doing if they're not watching the Super Bowl. February 13th is actually National Tortellini Day. Yum. And National Employee Legal Awareness Day. And National Get a Different Name Day. So there's still time, Washington. I promise I didn't make those up. I, of course, will be celebrating one of the greatest days in sports alongside my friends and praying that the big dance is as exciting as the playoffs have been. In other NFL news, Tom Brady retired from the NFL along with half the Buccaneers fan base. And all I can say, it's about freaking time. Now, if we could only get the Cowboys to retire as a football team, is that possible? Can we do that? LeBron commented this week that he would be willing to leave the Lakers to play with son Bronny in the future. I don't think any of us are surprised by that. Both the star-studded Lakers and Nets continue to struggle as we near All-Star Weekend, while teams like Phoenix Suns and the Miami Heat, who glean less attention, lead their respective conferences. In a shocking turn of events, the Nets have traded James Harden for Ben Simmons, and of course, KD is still sidelined with injury, while the Lakers are still struggling with where Russell Westbrook fits into the equation, amongst other things. Judging from All-Star voting, however, it's clear that fans are still rooting for the best player in the NBA and LeBron James this NBA season. I have a great show for you today. Former NFL player and entrepreneur Jonathan Wells is here. So let's get to the hot seat. This is the Hot Seat with Holly Heat. I am your host, Holly Heat, and I'm here with my guest, Jonathan Wells, former NFL player and entrepreneur. So we're going to get into some hot seat topics. So my first question is the NFL rigged? No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna keep it real.
No, but
no. That's a good question. That's a good question.
I was literally joking, but with all of the stuff this year.
Let me answer it.
Okay.
That's a great question.
Okay.
I hear this all the time, and I cuss people out every day.
Okay.
I'm like, for me, now maybe there's a higher level that I don't know about because I never played in a playoff. I never played in the Super Bowl. But for me, I don't see how you can rig the game. People work too hard all summer long. You think I'm gonna go out here and just blow a game because of what? Who's getting what player on the team is getting a phone call like, "Hey, I need you to mess up today, bro"? I just don't understand the logic of thinking how you could blow a game.
Yeah.
It could be possible. For me, I call BS.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because people were saying how, the Super Bowl is going to be played in LA and the Rams are in the Super Bowl. So you have all these probably 1,000 Reddit threads going right now about how the NFL is rigged because how could that even be like a thing? And so, I'm anti-conspiracy theory when it comes to stuff, but there are things that happen in sports that you're like,
how about the Rams were the best team in the NFC this year? Yeah. And it just happened. It's the same thing with Tampa last year. Was it rigged last year too? I know this is the only two
People
times.
Would say.
This is the only two times that it's happened. But for me, those were the best teams in the NFL. If you don't like it, beat them.
Yeah.
Would they call the other team and say, "Hey, I need you guys, don't make a tackle, get dunked on in the end zone"? Who's making these calls? I need somebody to explain this to me.
What incentive is there for
me to work all year, get to one game away from the Super Bowl, and then you call me and tell me I gotta lose? Man, get real.
It's not, and the argument's never, well, I won't say never, because I'm sure there are people that argue point shaving and a lot of
that's different. That may be a little different.
But in general, these conspiracy, and I see it, of course, in all the major sports. It's like there's always these conspiracy theories. And I was kidding because of like the topics about it being in LA and the Rams, but the Rams have been, you're right, the best team this year. So is that your Super Bowl prediction then?
I technically don't get into predictions. I have no dog in the race. When I watch NFL games, I choose who I'm going for by how many Ohio State players is on the team. So, for me, I'm going for the Bengals. I don't care who wins, but I'm going for the Bengals. Joe Burrow obviously started at Ohio State. We got 4 or 5 starters on the Bengals team. Von Bell, Isaiah Prince, Sam Hubbard. We got a lot of Buckeyes on the Bengals. So that's what I'm rocking with. That's how I pick my games.
Okay, so that being said, Joe Burrow, Ohio State, but LSU. Okay, you're from Louisiana, so maybe you don't hold like any type of grudge for him transferring. But what's the overall feeling from?
I love Joe Burrow.
You do. What about other Buckeyes?
All Ohio State fans love Joe Burrow. He's a class citizen, a great kid. Listen. He was in a tough situation. Yeah. People think Ohio State messed up. I keep saying, okay, Ohio State chose Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins passed for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns as a one-year starter and got drafted number 15. Dude, he had to transfer. He would have never played there. Yeah. So I'm not mad at Joe Burrow for going to take an opportunity. He graduated from Ohio State in 3 years, and he transferred. I love him.
Okay. Because Ohio State fans are a special kind of fan.
Absolutely.
So you played there. You've been through the whole experience, and you are still very attached to Ohio in that you've actually lived, gone back and lived there and so forth. So explain to me, first, I want to hear your craziest Ohio State fan story. I mean, rabid Ohio State Buckeye fans, has there been anything that's is it just the culture overall that you were taken back by?
It's the culture overall. I have a love-hate relationship with Buckeye Nation. If anybody follows me on Facebook, I go live after every single Ohio State game. And usually I'm there to get on the fans. Because we have some of the most spoiled fans in the world. Yeah. Mind you, we win 85% of our games. Okay. And if you listen to some of the fans, listen to some of the fans, you would think that we were terrible. Yeah. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to blow everybody out. You're not going to this is college football. These are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids. They're not going to have a great day every week. Just get the W. And 85% of the time, we get the W. So I'm on there cussing the fans out all the time after the game for crying, moaning, and complaining. But we also had the best fans in the world. I've never seen a college that will travel to the West Coast, travel to New Orleans, travel to Dallas. We take over stadiums, period. And by the time we win it, all you hear is that going around the stadium. That's when we then close them out. So we got the best fans in the world. They're just a little spoiled, but I love them.
Yeah. So, so no craziest fan story maybe one you've heard.
Well, my man Brian Fogel, shout out to Brian Fogel. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. He invited me to his house. The guy takes me to his basement, right?
Okay.
This
already sounds a little.
Yeah, everything on the floor, Ohio State. Everything on the walls, Ohio State. Everything on the ceilings, Ohio State. Yeah. The guy has collected everything for the last 30, 40 years. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Mm-hmm. So that was a great experience for me. I actually filmed the pilot there at his house, showing, all the memorabilia and stuff that he has. So that's been the most craziest thing. I mean, at the end of the day, besides for them sending death threats to the kids and stuff like that online, that's a part of the deal right now. But we didn't have social media, so I didn't have to worry about none of that.
Yeah, I know. I always think, thank God we didn't have social media when I was doing stupid stuff when I was younger.
Exactly. Lord have mercy.
So, in keeping with the college conversation, do you have any thoughts about the NIL? I typically ask my guests, because this is a new thing and it's a unmarked territory. It's unnavigated. And so you have kids that are going into college, and whereas they were not able to make money and, they're eating they're getting their little stipend. I don't know. What was your stipend?
Well, once you move off campus, they're going to give you enough to pay your rent, You may have, I'm talking about when I played, you may have a couple $100 left over to get some groceries and stuff like that. So it wasn't a lot of money that we were getting, back then. So, you had to maneuver and hustle, you know what I mean? But now, the stuff that we did back then, they can do it legally now. You know what I mean? So we had our ways to get what we needed. It is what it is.
Yeah. So, but generally, you think it's a good
I love
move?
it. I love it. I've been pulling for it. But like I said, everybody's not going to get rich. You got to think. They're only going to throw out the money to the stars. The stars of the team. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, the guy who's sitting the bench, who's going to give him a deal? Yeah. It's not going to happen. So it's going to be based upon how you produce, what you're doing, and how much hype you have coming out of college. We had a kid from Texas come to Ohio State, got a $1.7 million deal, went for a half a year, and left.
Yeah.
So, the kids are going to figure out how to play the game as well. So, just a part of the deal right now.
So, do you think that, that is going to disrupt, any team chemistry? That, you got a guy that's making more money than another guy? Especially football, because I feel like football is one of the most, ego-driven sports.
Well, it depends on where you are. I think most colleges do a great job of incorporating that team atmosphere. Okay. So when I was there, I was a star, but I didn't feel like I was better than nobody else. Mm-hmm. That's not everybody's situation, you know what I mean? Because I've always been a team guy, starting from little league on up. I always put the team first. Yeah. So it could, but I don't think it'll affect the team. I think the coaches have such a great handle on college kids to where they'll be able to maintain it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in the, I'm a very big player advocate. And of course, I love to see that these kids can make money now and stuff. But I always just wonder, what else is going on that we're not seeing? What are the other effects of it?
Yeah.
But okay, so let's talk about NFL. Talk about just in general, not just the Texans, because we'll get into my team, the Texans. Okay. But, what are misconceptions that people have about the NFL? Okay, you think about football movies, or you think about, one of my favorite movies is Any Given Sunday. I always felt before I started kind of doing this, Any Given Sunday, that was the realest stuff I had ever seen. This is how the NFL really is, but
no, it's not.
Okay.
Maybe somewhere. First of all, I've never seen anybody take a steroid. I've never seen anybody sniff any coke. I've never seen any of this stuff that's in the movies. Now, are there guys who may be doing coke? Maybe so. Guys are not at parties blatantly out in the public snorting coke and all this old crazy stuff that's going on in the movies. Absolutely not. And, my thing is, I think the misconception is everybody thinks that most athletes are just multi-millionaires and they're making all this money. And that's not the case, especially when I was playing. The league minimum was $225,000. Mm-hmm. And that's before 40% taxes. That's before you got to pay your agent. That's before you got to do something for your mother. Yeah. Dude, you're not making no money. Yeah. So when you want to talk about why guys are going broke, it's pretty easy to go broke when you're making a couple $100,000 a year before taxes. So that's what I think the misconception is. A lot of people now, I think the league minimum now is what, 600 and some thousand? So that's a lot better. But at the same time, I think people think that everybody in the NFL is just making this money, but they're really not. Yeah.
So do you think, as far as, obviously I know that you're doing things now, outside of football, but do you think that there's more of an awareness now? Do you think there's people not getting taken advantage of now that are okay, I have to do something better with my money? Do you think it's getting better? Because, we heard all these stories about people going broke, getting paid all this money, living this certain lifestyle. Or do you think it's kind of still?
I think it's 1,000 times better. The NFL is making a way better effort to educate guys on finances and things of that nature. And I think that right now, if you're living right now, you're playing in the NFL right now, and you go broke with the amount of information that's out here, that's on you. Yeah. Isn't it? We got to stop blaming the NFL. There's too much information out here. There's too much people talking about how to get money off the field. We didn't have those conversations when I played. You know what I mean? It was play football, go party, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wasn't talking to me about doing no business or starting no business. I didn't have those type of conversations. But now, that's everywhere. So there's no reason why, if you're even making $600,000 a league minimum, dog, you shouldn't go broke after football. Yeah. That needs to stop for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it definitely seems to be like trending that way. And like I said, even with like the NIL thing, like, you know, if they start making money early. And one of my other guests, you know, expressed like concern about being able to pay taxes on that money. So it's like, you know, I just hope things are being put in place to educate, you know, players, even at the college age now, that like, hey, you got to be responsible, because the NFL, the NBA, professional sports will cut you in a minute.
Quick. And that's if you make it. Remember, we're still only talking about 2%.
Yeah.
That's even going to play it down. So 98% of y'all not going to make it anyway. So this ain't even a conversation for you. So for the ones who do, then you know, we got to move a little bit smarter with our money. There's too many resources out here, too many opportunities to do different things. So I think we're in a better place as far as, you know, handling our finances as former players.
Yeah. So aside from finances, and this is something that we almost got started talking.
Can I sip?
Please. You know, I need to make a signature.
Y'all see that, Holly? Stop playing.
I know. I need like a signature drink for my drinkers on the show. Like I need a signature like Holly Heat.
Okay.
Holly Heat something.
32 Surge.
You know. 32. There you go. I see you with the plug.
They don't know about that. Don't worry.
We'll talk about it. But
yeah.
Okay. So we've had conversations about your relationship with football after you stop playing.
Oh boy. You want to know?
So, right. So, I know it's not just unique to you, and this is why I think, you know, it needs to be kind of addressed. Mm-hmm. Like the kind of tumultuous, the kind of double-edged relationship that is between former athletes and the sport that they loved and played.
Right. Well, I can only speak for my behalf. I'm not going to try to speak on anybody else's behalf. When I left the game, I was one of those miserable, angry. I hate the NFL. I hate the Texans. Don't talk to me about NFL. When I left football, I didn't watch the NFL for at least 12 years straight. No games. Straight up. I watch Ohio State every week. I don't care what country I'm in. I don't care where I'm at. I'm going to watch my Buckeyes, and I'm going to watch John Curtis, my high school, on my phone. I never watched no NFL until about real recently I started watching it. So I left the game hating the game. But as I matured and I started to sit back and reflect on my life and look at some of the decisions that I made, I realized the NFL never did me anything. I played my whole career. I played my whole contract with the Texans. They paid me all my money on time, no questions asked. What are you mad at these people for? You made bad decisions once you left.
Right.
You chose to fire the best agent in football and then go hire a bum. That was you. And you cost yourself $10, $15 million. Nobody did that but me. But I had to mature and understand some of the bad decisions that I made that cost me the money that I actually earned while I played in Houston. I never saw that money because I made one or two bad decisions, and that shit took my life on a whole nother route. So I love the NFL now. I'm cool. They're not perfect. They're not perfect.
No. I mean,
they're not perfect.
I mean, I think we can all agree on that.
They're not perfect, but at the same time, what other organization is paying 85% African Americans multi-million-dollar contracts every year? Yeah. You can't find one. Yeah. It's not baseball. Okay, maybe basketball. Y'all don't have as many players as us, but nobody is paying African Americans like the NFL. And maybe you can answer this question for me. When did the NFL get caught holding the Black Lives Matter bag? What does that have to do with the NFL? Maybe you have an answer for me because nobody's been able to answer this.
Well, I mean that's a valid question, and I think it just originates from that one of their players decided to take it into their hands and take a stand for what he thought was right and what he saw as injustice, which I think we can kind of all agree on.
Right.
The injustice part.
Understood.
He happened to have the stage. The stage was the NFL. Mm-hmm. Now, if it had been somebody in Hollywood, Hollywood, they have platforms that yeah. that they have, and then they're left, I guess, if you want to say, holding the bag.
I don't understand it. I haven't had a great answer yet. I don't understand how the NFL is responsible for policemen or people killing innocent black people in the streets. I don't know how the NFL ended up catching that rap.
I don't think that it's like, I think it just illuminated how many people within the organization did not want to talk about it. That's all. I mean, which if kind of already should have known. I mean, like, who are the owners?
We talking about
old money,
guys. We're talking about 70 and 80-year-old guys. We know what was going on 70 and 80 years ago in this country. We do know that, right? Yeah. So if a couple of them are still racist, it doesn't surprise me.
No, I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but it doesn't make it right.
It's not right. But guess what? What does make it right? I'm paying African Americans ton of money to go and come together and put something together to do whatever it is they want to do for their community. Mm-hmm. What are we doing?
Okay. So would you say then that obviously a big hot topic right now is how the percentage of black coaches in the NFL, the Texans just hired Lovie Smith. They fired a black coach and hired a black coach. So I guess the status quo is kind of like we're evening out. But is that not a valid concern?
I think it's valid. We need more African American coaches. We need more African American coaches. I'm not saying that the guys are not racist.
Look at the percentage of players that are African American. Why are they not being represented?
I agree.
In the coaching perspective.
I agree there. But do I know the fix? Because guess what I do know when it comes to business? If I'm the business owner, I can hire who I want to hire. So until you own something, you can make those type of decisions if you own it. But while you work with somebody else, they're in the upper hand of choosing who they want to choose, whether you like it or not. I don't like it, but they're the owners. What are you going to do? You can't force them to do what.
So essentially, you're saying become the owners.
Become the owner. Figure something else out. If you're that unhappy with the current situation, you have to step. Brian Flores, hey, salute. He steps outside, but guess what? Now you got passed up for coaching jobs. You know that was directly why you didn't get a job, but you had to know that before you filed that suit, right? I hope you knew that. So now what you going to do? What you going to do now?
Do you think he won't get a job?
I don't know.
I mean, we saw what happened with Colin.
I don't know. I don't know if he'll get a job, but he stood for what he believed in. So I salute that.
Yeah.
But guess what? When you're doing that in somebody else's league, you got to be ready for the consequences. Just like Colin. Yeah, you can kneel. Cool. I'm with that. But guess what? You start messing with other people's bottom line, you got to deal with the consequences. It's business.
Okay, so then that brings up the fact that the NBA, players in the NBA are way more outspoken than NFL. What do you think that difference is? Because you still have the rich owner. You still have the rich old money owners.
But what you have is a guy named LeBron James who really started the player control in that league. Before then, players did not have control. LeBron James stepped out and started to tell players to think for themselves and move how you want to move. You don't have to be here. You don't have to be there. You do what you want to do because you run the league. So until we get some NFL players that are about that are in that type of position, that's not going to happen. And then you're talking about a team with 12 to 15 guys as opposed to a team with 63 guys, 61 guys. It's a lot more guys. So, you're going to have some people take some bold steps, some bold actions in the NFL to get what they want.
I do see what you mean because in the NBA, it's easy to make somebody the face of the NBA.
Period. Who's the face of the NFL? Who is it?
You can't.
Like, can you name one guy to say, oh, he's the guy besides Tom Brady?
I can't.
Okay, so who's the African American who's the face of the NFL who can step up, have that amount of social influence?
Yeah.
We don't have one. So that's why you can't get that type of pull. Only way they're going to do that is if all the guys just say, hey, we're not going to play this year. That's the only way. But that's not going to happen. Yeah. I'm here to tell you. No, guys got to feed their families. Yeah. Guys love playing in the NFL. Guys love the structure. Yeah. There's nothing. The structure is great, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then aside from that, I mean, the NFL, like numbers-wise, it gets better every year. Listen, they're very successful sports leagues.
It's not a lot to complain about. Yeah. It's not a lot. You go into a $1 billion building every day. You're treated like kings in whatever city you live in.
Well, until, you're in your street clothes and you're pulled over and,
Guess what? You don't hear about NFL players getting harassed by police. You don't hear that. You hear about NFL players messing up and getting messed.
Well, I mean, the media is, the puppet master. They are a puppet master as well. But no, I think there are instances where publicized incidents.
Very few.
Where
numbers wise, if you look at the statistics, it's very minor. Very minor. Now, I've been pulled over a lot of times from all the way from college to pros, and even after I played in the pros. 9 times out of 10, when I handled the officer correctly, whether I was pissy drunk driving, don't matter. I've had police escort.
Let's not make no omissions on here.
I've had police escort me home. Yeah. This old, what are you gonna do? No. I've had police escort me home. Yeah. It's how you handle the people when they pull you over sometimes. Now, you could catch the wrong one. Yeah. You catch the wrong one and it ends up being a bad night for you, but I don't see where guys are being harassed by NFL players, I'm talking about. Yeah. Just being harassed like that. I don't see a lot of that.
Yeah. So,
I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off, but that's all right. Yeah. That's what I'm here to do.
So, we obviously, you played for my team. My team. Talk about love-hate. What's funny is I went to Texas A&M, and I had a love-hate relationship with them that made me gravitate more towards the NFL. And now I'm in the same position I was with the Aggies, just hurt and dejected and wondering what's going on. Now I'm in it with the Texans. And, I don't always, we as fans do not know the whole story all the time. But I do have a love-hate relationship with the Texans. So I see that you're at a lot of Texans games. Mm. You're in Texans gear. You played for the Texans. So, tell me about your relationship with the Texans because I've been...
Okay. My relationship with the Texans is it's new. It's fresh. Okay. Remind you, I moved away from Houston in 2010, moved to Atlanta, then moved to Ohio. So I haven't been in Houston since 2010. So I didn't deal with the organization. I didn't watch any games. I didn't do any of that. Like I told you, I was mad at the NFL. I didn't want to hear that. But as I matured and I decided that, hey, I'm about to move back to Texas, I said, you know what? Texas never did me nothing. It never did nothing to me. Nothing, never crossed me, never handled me no certain type of way. So I'm going to go back and try to re-energize my relationship with them. And when I moved back, they opened the floodgates. So what am I supposed to be mad? What am I supposed to be mad about? I've never even got a chance to enjoy that I played for these people. Yeah. So now I'm soaking it all in. NFL Films just sent me a lot of my films, so I'm watching old stuff that I never watched in 20 years. So I'm starting to enjoy and appreciate my career, which I never took the time to do. So I'm all in with the Texans. I'm all in with Coach Lovie Smith. Whatever they need me to do, I'm going to do it. And I don't have a problem with them.
Okay. So what would your advice be to a Texans fan as we are rebuilding? Would you call it rebuilding?
Yeah, for sure.
What are we doing? Because are we all in on Davis Mills? Like what are we doing as a I feel like you're an ambassador now.
I am an ambassador.
Okay, so you're an ambassador for the Texans.
Right.
Now that I have you here.
Right.
What is your advice to me as a Texans fan? Because I'm trying to hold on. I really am.
Well, first and foremost, the Texans have to put a better product on the field, and they got to win games. I get it. Here in Houston, what I've noticed is not the same type of loyalty as the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, no.
Cleveland Browns been terrible for 30 years. And every single game, that dog pound going to be in there going ham, regardless. They're going to talk their stuff after the game over, but while they're there, they're going to show up and support their team. So I'm hoping to re-energize the city of Houston when it comes to football. That's had a lot of things go on. You had the Deshaun Watson situation. You had the kneeling situation. So I talked to fans since I've been here. I talked to tailgaters. Like, bro, what's really the reason why a lot of people not coming? That kneeling, that had a lot to do with a lot of people not coming to these games.
This is Texas.
Exactly.
We're in the South.
We're in the South. So we know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm probably going to get back on 610. They want me to come and do some radio stuff here.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to just call the fans to come back in and give us another shot. I think it's a fresh start with Lovie Smith. He's a great human being. He wants to do the right things. But at the end of the day, you got to have a great draft. You got to have a great free agency. And you have to be able to put a better product on the field. And hopefully the fans will start to come back.
Well, I want to come back because I have a great time at games. And not just because I...
Facts.
Not just because of that. That's part of the reason, but yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're gonna go to a break, and I have a couple more questions for you.
Facts.
And we'll wrap up.
Let's get it.
Okay. So, I've read your comments. I've heard what you've said. How can a woman possibly know anything about sports? My show, The Hot Seat with Holly Heat, is an experience for sports fans to get to know athletes, fans, and myself through an outside-the-box perspective. This fall, you'll see who sits in my hot seat. Welcome back to The Hot Seat with Holly Heat. I am your host, Holly Heat, and I am here with Jonathan Wells. And, okay, we were talking. We got into some heated things, but... now I want to go a little more like personal, Mr. Ambassador for the Texans. You're from Louisiana, so let me say first of all, people from Louisiana, however you want to say it, and actually my dad's side of the family is from North Louisiana. They don't really count. That's like South Arkansas. But anyway, y'all are the most conceited people about food. Like, you can't tell a person from Louisiana, South Louisiana, anything about how to cook.
Well, not about how to cook, but I'm about to break a lot of New Orleans people's heart. I talked about this on one of my lives the other day.
Okay.
My mother, real New Orleans, real gumbo, real crawfish etouffee, real whatever you want to talk. I've been thoroughly disgusted with the product that I've been receiving when I go back home, food-wise. In the restaurant.
Cut this part out.
I gotta keep it real.
Oh, in the restaurants. I thought you were about to say your mama. I was like, good Lord, no.
Cut
this.
I'm talking about the restaurants.
Okay.
That are supposed to be the staple of the city.
Okay.
The food been trash, bro. It's been garbage. What? I'm done eating at restaurants. I'm only eating at family members' houses. That's it.
But see, that's the answer I always get is like, I say, hey, I'm going to Louisiana. I'm going to, because my people stayed in Mobile, Alabama. So I had to pass through Louisiana. I could stay straight on 12 or I could go down on 10 and go,
Yeah.
But I'm like, where can I find the best gumbo? At my auntie house, at my grandma house, at my mama house. And I'm like, they not about to invite me over. Like, what do you mean?
They're not lying, though. I've been thoroughly disappointed in the quality, especially in the French quarters. Like all of these places.
Well, I mean, I've heard that you have to venture outside of that to sort of like find the really.
I venture everywhere you want to venture. Nobody about to tell me about venturing in New Orleans.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. I'm sticking with family members, and I'm sticking with my mama's cooking from now on out. I'm good on the restaurants in New Orleans.
Okay. Let me ask you a gumbo question. Let me ask you 2 gumbo questions. Number 1, you put okra in your gumbo?
My mother puts okra in her gumbo. I don't cook, but my mother does, absolutely.
Okay. I love okra.
I put vinegar in my gumbo. You don't know nothing about that.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody from
okay, what about, boiled eggs?
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
I mean, but that...
Who does that? Where are they from?
I've heard that from people.
Oh no, I never seen
like
that.
people with the
42 years on Earth
with the old last name like EAUX. Those type of people put the boiling egg.
I've never seen that in my life.
Egg in there.
No.
Okay, so all right, gumbo aside, so you can't recommend anything for the people.
Like to go to eat down there?
Yeah. I know one place I go for like it's just broiled oysters. It's only one place I go. No.
What?
Drago's.
Oh yeah, Drago's cool for oysters. They cool.
Yeah.
All right. I went to Drago's. I was home 2 weeks ago. I don't eat oysters. That's not,
I only eat those oysters.
Yeah, I don't eat oysters, so that's not my thing. I'm looking for that etouffee. Okay. I'm looking for the gumbo when I go home.
Etouffee.
Yeah, that
with
crawfish
the A,
etouffee.
not the E.
Yeah, that etouffee, man. I need that, man. I'm trash. What little Bubba Dub from Houston be saying on IG? Bubba Dub, trash is what that man. I know. I don't know what's going on down there.
You know, y'all are a particular kind of
I'm disappointed.
culinary people because
disappointed. If anybody in New Orleans, you see this and you got some restaurants that you would like to let me know about, please do.
Okay, so you're from Louisiana. You live in Houston. You played in Houston. You're recently back to Houston. Mardi Gras rodeo.
Honestly, I never took part in a rodeo like that. I went one time when I was here.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it coming up. I'm gonna try this one out. But you know, Mardi Gras, you know, it's Mardi Gras is Mardi Gras. I did it for 18 years, so it doesn't excite me anymore.
Okay.
But Mardi Gras,
it's a good product.
You have to experience that at least one time in your life. There's nothing like New Orleans Mardi Gras. I would go, but mind you, I'm on my way to Colombia to go to the Carnival in Barranquilla. So I'm going to compare the festival, and I'm looking forward to it.
Compare the festival.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. So, growing up so in Louisiana, I think we all have this like Bobby Boucher, like, like your mama. Now, my ex-mother-in-law was from Shreveport. And when I tell you she cooked squirrels, she really did.
Yeah, that's real deal.
So
they cook everything. I don't eat squirrel. I'm a city boy. Let's get it twisted. You're talking about Shreveport. You're talking about Lafayette. These are country towns.
I didn't went too far now.
This is not New Orleans.
Okay.
We are the city.
The city.
Yeah, you know
that's how I feel about Houston and Texas. Like we don't all ride horses, but
exactly.
See a horse.
Right, but you know, so that you know, that's the bayou. That's the real bayou Bobby Boucher stuff. But now I'm from the city, so I'm not into hunting. That's not my thing.
Okay. So before we get into some other personal things, you and I had a conversation earlier. Well, I don't know if it was today, but we talked about being stans or being fans, and you are of the mindset that LeBron James is. I'll let you tell. Let me not put words in your mouth.
Yeah, don't put words in my mouth. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm of the mindset of I grew up in the Jordan era. I was a teenager.
Okay.
I've watched LeBron James as a grown-ass man.
Okay.
So I'm of the mindset that the stuff that this man has been able to do at his size, leaving franchises, every franchise he goes to instantly becomes a championship contender. Who? Which one? Name one.
I mean, there is a slight asterisk. From what I hear, that there may be asterisks by the bubble championship.
I'm not taking no asterisk. Was they playing basketball or not? Was the best players in the world there or no? Okay, so who?
Okay.
I don't want to hear that asterisk shit. No. You was in the bubble. Guess what? You was playing basketball. All you had to do was stop me. I'm not taking no asterisk. No, we getting that W. We need that.
Okay, so is LeBron James the GOAT?
Ah, boy.
No, don't. Come on.
Listen. As an athlete, I don't know how you really make that assessment.
Okay.
I wasn't here when Bill Russell played. I don't know how you really do that. But as far as me, as far as I've seen, if I'm starting a basketball team, I'm starting with LeBron James. That's me. That is me. But mind you, I got Ohio running through my blood. I've been watching LeBron since he was 15 years old when I was playing in Ohio State. I've been watching this kid since he was a little kid. So I'm biased. I'm biased. I'm not brainwashed.
Okay.
I'm biased.
Right.
I'm biased. I'll admit that.
Okay. Okay, so in the realm of sports and in athletics and so forth, you want to go to the World Cup. So does that mean that you are a soccer fan? Because that is the biggest sport in the world. Like
Exactly. I know zero about soccer.
Okay,
The only
that's
reason
me. Same.
The only reason I'm intrigued, I got an opportunity through the Houston Texans in 2019 to go to Qatar, which is when I found out that the World Cup was coming there in 2022. I was in Qatar, and we went to Africa, and we went to Abu Dhabi to visit the troops over there for something that they do for the Super Bowl. So that was my first time going on that side of the world. I just became intrigued, and when I was there, I was like, man, I'm coming back in 2022 to the World Cup. So that's been a goal of mine, and I'm definitely going to go this year at the end of the year. I don't know anything about soccer, but I have a crib in Colombia, so obviously soccer is huge over there.
Yeah.
I'm partnered with the junior team over there, the professional team there. So, you know, it's intriguing. And me being a football player and them playing football, I just want to kind of combine the worlds and go from country to country. Venezuela, I want to visit these countries and just go see the soccer culture.
It'll be interesting because Ohio State has an aggressive fan base, a very rabid fan base, in good senses of the term. But soccer fans?
Different. That's what I want to see. I want to.
So we'll have to have a conversation after you go to the World Cup, and I want to see what that's like.
Dude, they literally were in the process of starting to build. Don't misquote me, but they were building like 10 stadiums at one time in Qatar, just to get ready for the World Cup. Like I'm talking about top of the line, state of the art.
Yeah.
And I want to go see this shit. I'm looking forward to going.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at running a contest and bringing maybe 2 fans with me to go over there and experience that.
And what do you think? I'm like, hold on, sign me up.
On the real, like I'm dead serious.
Yeah, no, that sounds like an awesome thing.
Yeah.
Because
I'm actually about to connect with the Houston Dynamo, and I want to like do a documentary or just go and understand their culture, understand soccer. Like I don't know anything about it, but I'm intrigued by it, and I know it's the biggest sport in the world.
It is.
So I'm looking forward to
it's hard to get into it because if you don't grow up watching it,
right?
But it's obviously the biggest sport in the world for a reason.
Facts.
So it's like I feel like we're missing out. Like we got to get in there.
Yeah.
But in the realm of athletics and so forth, I know that you are very into yoga and hot yoga. So tell me what sparked this like interest in yoga and like sell me on it. I know you kind of already tried to sell me on it, but like sell me on it again.
Listen,
I didn't have some Holly Heat juice here, so
all
maybe
I know,
can be convinced.
I gotta give props to the homie, my boy Roland Seymour, Florida State. Great player from New Orleans, St. Aug. He put me on it in 2007.
Okay.
My only regret is that I didn't know about this while I was playing, because I think it would have helped me with my weight control. It would have helped me with my balance. It would have helped me with a lot of things, healing my injuries. Like, that's my whole thing. My whole thing is I have a shit ton of arthritis. I'm talking about toes, ankles, wrists, fingers, elbows. I got arthritis throughout my whole body. I have brain injuries from the trauma. So, this is what keeps me mobile. Because it's heated, it allows me to stretch more, and it keeps me lean. It helps me to, get rid of all the excess bloating and stuff like that. And you get strong as hell in that Bikram yoga, dog. I'm telling you. Just try one class. I told just one. I offered to pay for it. I say one class.
I'm intimidated
Why?
because I've never done it before.
You're going to leave out of there feeling 10 to 15 pounds lighter. Your skin is going to be glowing. Your hair is going to be popping. Your nails are going to grow.
Like it'll be sweaty. But
it's going to be sweaty. Listen, it's 105 degrees. It's 90 minutes. It's real deal. Yeah. So I'm not saying it's easy, but as far as like healing my joints or keeping me where I can maintain. Dude, I've been in bed for 2 weeks where I can't walk. Like, I have real issues with arthritis.
Yeah, no, I.
So if I wasn't doing this yoga, I don't know where I would be.
Okay.
That's why I love it.
You might. I'm gonna have to go and I'm gonna document my experience.
That's all I ask, just one time. That's it. You off tomorrow? Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Why did I say that?
Oh boy.
I am off tomorrow.
I'm just saying, we in that thing 9:30 sharp. We in there.
9:30.
That ain't even
Actually,
that
I
early.
could probably.
That ain't even that early.
I don't know, but I've been drinking Holly Heat.
I'm drinking tequila. You come and knock it off.
No, but okay. So tell me what you're doing now. Life after football.
Oh boy.
And this. What are you doing? Because you're an entrepreneur too.
I mean, listen.
So,
after football, I moved to Atlanta. I own a couple record labels. I signed a couple artists to Jive and Sony. I had the top 15 on the billboards with Malaj. It ain't tricking if you got it. I don't know if you remember that song.
I mean, I don't know, but I like the message.
Yeah, that was my group that we signed to Sony. So I had a little bit of success in the music industry after I got done. But right now, I'm all about these old snap products. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We got energy, we got sleep, we got complete, and we're anti-aging. So, these two right here are the ones that I'm really pushing right now. This is the Surge, which is the energy, and this is the sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, these right here get it done.
Okay. Well,
you know what I mean?
People struggle with that.
Yeah,
so,
so the company's called Old Snap. My mentor, my good friend John Malott is the owner. Him and his wife Najla. If you follow them online, you'll see that it's a very active lifestyle. We're less than a year old, new company, but I think it's a great opportunity, and it's not like work. It's a lifestyle business. So if I'm traveling, wherever I'm going, if I got product, I just sample people. That's all I do. You know what I mean?
Okay. So what's the consulting?
This right here, Dynamic Consulting Group, is actually my wife's company. My wife has a consulting company where she consults 4- and 5-star hotel resorts all around the world.
I love hospitality. I work in restaurants.
No, she's killing it. My wife has done a lot of money over the last couple years. Like she's doing her thing. We looking for talent. You know what I mean? Yeah. Nobody wants to work now, unfortunately. But my wife has a lot of great opportunities available with her company. So everywhere I go, I represent wifey off the top.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, so now the hot seat with Holly Heat.
Oh boy!
In true hot seat fashion, we are going to play some games.
Let's go.
So are you ready?
Let's do it.
You ready? Okay.
I think so.
All right. So the first game we're going to start with is Guess the Baller.
Guess the
baller.
Okay.
All right. So this is the game where we're going to hold up cards to our foreheads.
Okay.
And you're going to try to guess who I have.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to try to guess who I have holding up to my forehead. You're going to describe it.
Gotcha. I understand. I got you. I'm with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we like that right now. We like that.
Sometimes.
Who going first?
I mean, you're my guest, so I always allow my guests to go first, and I'm not gonna say because I let my guests go first, that's why I be losing. I'm not gonna say that. Okay.
I'm flipping first?
Huh?
I'm flipping first?
No, I'm flipping
Okay,
first.
all right, let's go.
It might be upside down, but you can tell
That's
me.
all right, let's go, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Are you trying to look through the cards?
No.
Are you trying to cheat?
I got 3D vision, but let's go. We good.
Okay. All right. Wait, no.
You gotta show it to me anyway. I gotta tell you.
I know. Okay.
Flip it.
Okay. All right.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Tom Brady.
Most talked about man in the planet right now.
Tom Brady.
No. Other than
Antonio
Tom Brady.
Brown.
There you go.
Okay. You go.
Okay.
Okay, she's a host. She's an NFL mainly host. She also does like Dancing with the Stars and stuff. Blonde hair. Blonde hair. Oh, Jesus. Long blonde hair.
Miley.
Oh my God, no. She be on the sidelines and stuff. Okay, let's.
Yeah, I lost. It's okay. Who? Oh, Aaron. My bad, Aaron.
Okay, is it upside down?
Yeah.
It is?
It's upside down.
Okay.
Dallas Mavericks.
Luka Doncic.
Owner.
Oh, Mark Cuban.
Boom. Boy, you killing me right now. I don't like it.
Oh, the best artist out right now. Best hip hop artist. No.
Lil Baby.
He's been on par. He likes sports a lot.
Lil Wayne.
No. He's my favorite. He's
He's
biracial.
Yeah, biracial. Oh my Lord, you lost me right there.
No.
He's
friends with everybody and he switches teams.
Drake. Oh my God, how could I miss that?
Oh my God, that was 3 minutes.
You should.
No, keep going.
How could I miss that? Drizzy. My bad, Drake.
Damn, don't do Drizzy like that.
Okay. Atlanta Hawks.
Trae Young.
Boom.
Okay.
Boy, you on fire, right? I don't like this shit.
Okay, she's a host on Inside the NBA. She played basketball. She's tall and pretty.
I forgot her
She
name.
hosts with D Wade and
She light skin?
I mean, I'm white. You know, we don't really. I'm white. I don't know.
Listen, I'm Candace Parker.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
How you gonna ask her? Okay. Anyway.
That's the wrong way.
Okay.
Wrong way. Turn and flip it.
Oh, maybe it's blank.
Get another one.
Oh my God. What happened?
Okay, here we go.
Is it upside down?
Okay. 49ers, great. All-time great
49ers.
49ers. All-time great 49er. Number one. Number two,
one.
maybe. Number two.
My mom. My mom loves Joe Montana.
There you go. Boy. This shit getting ugly.
Okay. Okay. People say he's messing up the Lakers right now. He's
Russell Westbrook.
Okay.
Oh, we know him already.
Okay.
We got
Okay,
you. Damn,
okay.
Russ.
Okay.
Oh, New York Giants. All-time greatest player for New York Giants. Best ever. Defensive end.
Lawrence Taylor.
There you go.
Okay, right now it's a lot of controversy about him because he don't want to play.
Kyrie
They might
Irving.
No.
Oh!
No.
Okay, who?
He don't want to play. They might trade him to the Nets.
Ben
And-
Simmons.
Yes.
I saw
okay.
it. Don't worry about it.
All
I
right.
cheated on that one. Don't worry.
Yeah.
I keep it real. I keep it a buck. Yeah, she's
All
smoking.
right.
She's smoking. All right.
I finally did well at one of my games. Okay. So when we come back, we're gonna play corn. Hold up, wait a minute. All right, when we
phenomenal.
come back. The
Let's
Hot
go.
Seat with Holly Heat. This is the Hot Seat with Holly Heat. I'm your host, Holly Heat, and I'm here with Jonathan Wells, and we are about to play a game called Corn Hold Up, Wait a Minute, where we are going to toss these here beanbags into the cornhole game. But first we have to draw a handicap from this bowl here that tells us how we are supposed to throw it. We each have a minute. The other person has to gather the beanbags and bring them back. So be a good sportsman.
I'll be a good sport.
Okay.
I'll try.
Okay, we'll see.
Take
All
this
right.
L with grace.
And okay. See, he's talking shit already. Anyway, as my guest, you are allowed to go first, so let's get going. You have a minute to lose, all right?
Let's go.
Okay.
We ready?
All right. We ready. Are you
Oh,
ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. Start the clock.
Both eyes closed.
Both eyes closed. Okay.
All right.
You only got a minute. You better
Okay,
hurry.
hold on, man. Toss with your 9 toss in hand. All right, cool. But don't do me like this.
Okay. I'm
Come
gonna
on.
start gathering them.
Toss with 9 diamond in hand again. No, I'm gonna do another one. Let's go.
What?
Stand on
You
one
can't
foot.
cheat.
Stand on one foot. I did that one already.
Yeah, but
oh,
it's gonna
too
be
strong.
repeat. Okay, I'm gonna start bringing it back.
Too strong.
I already feel like.
Oh, they all
No, you can't choose it.
toss overhand. Oh, too
He hit the hose. He automatically loses.
Close one eye. No. Hold up. 9 dominant hand. Too strong.
Why did you throw overhand?
2. What hand? 2 hand over toss? All right.
You know what? You choosing. That's why. That one would have made it in. All right. Now it's my turn. The champ. The champ is here. Just kidding. I have nothing to back that up.
Go.
All right. Hold on. Toss with your non-tossing hand. Oh, with your non-tossing hand in the air. Okay, that was so bad. Okay. Stand on one foot. Oh my God. This is so horrible. Okay. Toss with your non-tossing hand in the air. I was so close.
That's close.
Okay.
Close don't count.
Non-tossing hand in the air.
Oh, boom. I gotta bring
I'm
it
about
back.
to curse.
I gotta bring it
Toss
back.
for between your legs. Oh, this gonna be. Oh my.
Oh, boy.
No.
We got action.
Hold on.
Let's go, people. No, sir.
I almost knocked out the camera. Okay, hold on. Close one eye. I think I gotta cover it. That might be. Oh,
No,
shoot.
sir.
Okay, hold on. All right, stand on one foot. Okay.
5, 4, 3,
stand on one foot.
We looking like sudden death round here.
Wow.
Nobody
Okay.
get
You know what? Maybe I didn't think this game through. but what I can say is it. Come over here, Jonathan Wells. Thank you. He didn't even have to gather them because I was doing terrible. This is the first actual time I haven't lost because it was
a tie.
Yeah, it was a tie.
We got a
it's a sudden death.
Yeah.
Sudden
1-1. 1-1. Pressure on. Let's go.
Just straight up. Straight up.
Let's go. I put that. I already put the X on you.
Okay.
I already put that X on you.
Don't put that Louisiana voodoo stuff on
I'm
me.
with that.
And why you have another one in your hand?
It's just for balance.
Balance.
Come on,
All
baby
right.
boy.
All right.
Come on, get money. Get in there! Oh, I need one more flip. Oh, closest one. All right.
Woo. White Jesus.
I put that X on. She's done. Done.
Oh,
Let's
I overthrew it.
He the champ.
Over.
He the champ. Slam dunk. Boom.
You know what? I'm about sick of.
It's okay.
Come on over here. Come on over here.
Nobody really won.
You
Sorry.
know what? Thank you for being a good sport. You're the winner.
That's okay.
You're the winner.
I can't even take an L. I didn't get one.
You know, at this point, I'm almost used to it. But I want to thank you for coming on the show, the Hot Seat with Holly Heat. And where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram at J Wells Media Group, and on Facebook at Jonathan Wells, just my regular name. And I got a couple websites coming, but right now, just hit me up on IG. We'll go from there.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for being here.
Pleasure to be here.
Right.
Thanks for having me. Great time.
All right.